we look to courts to uphold justice. And justice is not only what is delivered, but is also what is perceived. A woman who controls her mind, speech, and is never unfaithful to her husband attains the world of her husband and is therefore called a good woman. Now, this is not something that the court has said, but these are the lines from an ancient text, Manusmriti, and seems like some in our courts do have a strong affinity towards this. Now, a Jharkhand High Court has disallowed maintenance to a woman who's accused of trying to separate her husband from his family, citing Indian culture and Manusmriti. And he links all of this to the Constitution. In its order, the High Court has told the woman that it is obligatory for a wife to serve elderly members of her husband's family and not acceptable for her to live separately or wanting to live separately. The court order also quoted Manusmriti and said, if women of a family are miserable, that family is soon destroyed. I'm being joined right now by Shilpi Jain, who's a lawyer with the Supreme Court, as well as Naveen Chomal, who's a lawyer. Well, first to you, Ms. Shilpi Jain, what do you make out of this? I mean, what does one make out at the levels at which this judgment has been made?
As far as maintenance to wife is concerned, the courts mostly lean in favor of granting maintenance. There are Supreme Court judgments and several of them which say that if it's a man who's able-bodied, he must provide for maintenance if she's unable to maintain herself. And behind this is the spirit of that she must live with dignity, and it is a man's duty that he is the bread earner. Now, in this judgment, the court have said that it's part of our culture to serve the mother-in-law and also the grandmother-in-law and other relatives-in-law. Why should we not make it part of our culture to have the same kind of attitude with respect to a daughter-in-law? Why should she not be entitled to dignity, some love, some respect? If talking of Constitution, if Article 51 is what the judge is referring to, then that applies equally to the daughter-in-law. Noble ideals will apply to all. Article 14 of the Constitution, in fact, it's a fundamental right which says all will be treated equally, in that you don't put a restriction on a daughter-in-law's behavior versus the mother-in-law and the father-in-law. Now, what is the message being sent by this judgment? The message being sent is that daughter-in-laws are meant to be dominated. Daughter-in-laws are meant to be suppressed. And they must toe the line of the
Let me just get it.
And denying her something like maintenance.
Let me just get it. Naveen Chomal at this point as well, Ms. Shilpi Jain. Mr. Naveen Chomal, one of the things that has been done in this judgment is linking the Constitution to the Indian culture and then quoting the Manusmriti. Now, while I don't want to get deep into it, may I just try and understand why is so much being said about what a daughter needs to be doing or a daughter-in-law needs to be doing? Why is the daughter being separated from her family? I mean, is that Indian culture? I mean, where does one draw the boundary of an Indian culture and start looking at justice as justice?
I just heard my colleague lawyer, Shilpi Jain, speaking and trying to misinterpret the entire judgment. That is not the correct attitude or approach of the High Court judge. They are not doing any injustice to the lady. Our Hindu law, particularly Hindu law, which governs the marriage as well as property laws, is derived many of its principles from Manusmriti only. So many of the benefits and advantages and protections which a woman enjoys as per the law in the society are all derived from the Manusmriti. So it is a culture that a man and woman...
But Mr. Naveen Chomal, why...
So it is not only the woman who is supposed to do
Mr.
it.
Naveen Chomal, when we are going to the Indian court, we are expecting laws to be deciphered. We are trying that the laws will be implemented, that the Constitution is going to be the framework. Now, where does Manusmriti come into this?
Where does the Constitution come from? Constitution also coming from a culture only. It is meant for the Indian people who are following Indian culture. It is not meant for
Sir,
Americans.
every Indian is bound by the Constitution. We Indians are not bound by Manusmriti, sir. That itself is not the right argument to have a basis at all.
No, who are you to decide it's right or left? Please appreciate. In fact, the leftist people are totally...
It's not right or left. So would you agree with this? As Indians, we are bound by the Constitution. But as Indians, we are not bound by the Manusmriti. Would you agree with that?
Who says Indians are deriving the laws from Manusmriti only? The protection which a woman gets, for example, Dharm, then the maintenance which is getting, they are all from Manusmriti only. So how can she, have best of both the worlds? If a woman is saying that I want all the protection in the law which is given to me, they are all derived from Manusmriti. In fact, a Hindu woman is getting far better protection as compared to a Muslim woman. So we are deriving all the protection to
Shilpi Jain, do you want to respond to this, Shilpi Jain? For the judge, while giving out an order to bring about certain statements where you even go on to say a woman should not be wanting to live separated.
Yes.
It is her bounded duty to ensure she takes care of the elders. But where are the men?
That is not a new viewpoint.
Where are the sons? Where are the son-in-laws?
Now, a woman who is trying to separate from the family, she
doesn't
deserve the maintenance.
Now,
Exactly. This has been
You've had your say, sir. Let Shilpi Jain, Advocate Shilpi Jain also allow. Sir, you've had your share of say. Let Shilpi Jain also please respond.
See, as far as the laws are concerned, there's a difference between courts and panchayat. Panchayats may be governed with everything. They are not restricted to passing the, judgments or orders basis law. But as far as the courts are concerned, there is a statute, there is a section, and we have to cover our judgments within the four corners of the law. Now, as far as the Constitution is concerned, there is Article 14, which says all are equal before law. Nobody can be discriminated on the basis of gender, race, or caste, class, anything. So one is that. Second, as far as my colleague saying that, the laws are inspired by Manusmriti, then let me tell him, as far as the Indian Penal Code, CRPC, Evidence Act, they were inspired and most of it drafted by the British. We have amended some, but most of them remain from the British. Now, if we go back to the Dharm Smritis and, pull out then those have to be used to support women. That is the spirit of Dharm. If Dharm is used to suppress women and to send out a message that women are meant to be suppressed and dominated and to endorse chauvinism and to endorse patriarchy, then that is misuse of Dharm and Manusmriti. So the correct perception is where you apply law equally and in the true spirit, whether it's a daughter-in-law or a mother-in-law, and the judge has no business to say woman has no right to live separately.
And a son-in-law. There's that angle also. It's not just the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law, frankly. It's also the son-in-law.
What the law allows him. There is a Lakshman Rekha which they need not cross. These are personal perceptions on morality, and he has no business to pass a judgment.
Naveen Chomal, last 30 seconds. Do you want to respond to this, Naveen Chomal?
And particularly when
the judge was not dealing with Indian Penal Code or CRPC. He was dealing precisely with the family laws, and the family laws are derived from Manusmriti only. So all the advantages what a woman are getting, I repeat, they are from Manusmriti only. So the judge was not wrong in citing Manusmriti, and this particular factor that the daughter-in-law is not carrying.
Shilpi Jain, last 30 seconds to you to respond to Mr. Naveen. Last 30 seconds.
Is one of the ground that is considered against a woman by all the high courts who are following the Constitution only. So
in today's family, whether it be a man or a woman, many decide to choose separately, and it's nothing to do with not taking care of anybody, sir. But Shilpi Jain, do you want to respond for 30 seconds?
And when Shilpi Jain was speaking, you were...
No, I allowed you, sir. Last 30 seconds.
You are not allowing me to speak also. The moment I start
Shilpi Jain, last 30 seconds.
See,
I'll not be allowed
the maintenance law, one is... One is under 125 CRPC or under Domestic Violence Act or under Section 24. Here the woman was alleging that her in-laws treated her with cruelty, and there was... Here the woman had alleged that she had been treated with cruelty. We have the highest number of dowry deaths in India, even in this time and age, numbering to as much as 8,000 a year. We have a society which is highly patriarchal.
All right.
Given that background, the grievance of the
I'll
woman
have to interrupt you, ma'am. I'm really sorry. We are totally out of time. The reason why we have brought this topic up is to try and understand what are the boundaries in which judgments are given, how do they need to be seen, what is the perceived notion of justice with every justice that seemed to be delivered. Thank you both of you for joining us, and to tell you, Mr. Naveen, Advocate Naveen, it was not just you. I also interrupted Advocate Shilpi.
No,
Thank
madam,
you very much.
You allowed her to speak all illogical things. Our viewers will decide. This is the character of your channel.
The logical or illogical, I think we leave it to the viewers to decide both of your perspectives. Thank you very much, sir and ma'am, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, the season of political tango or defections and crossovers are upon us, and how? From the south to the west and to the north, possibly as we speak. There's been a big political development in the state of Karnataka ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. 9 months after expressing deep disappointment over how he had been treated in the BJP, influential Lingayat leader and ex-Karnataka Chief Minister Jagadish Shettar has decided to go back to BJP. It's Ghar Vapsi for Shettar. He has joined the BJP today in the presence of BJP's Lingayat strongmen and former CM B.S. Yediyurappa and state BJP Chief B.Y. Vijayendra. The Lingayat leader has said that he joined hands with Congress because he had some issues with the BJP, but he wants PM Modi to get a third term, as under his leadership, India is achieving new milestones. And the first reaction of Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah when he was asked this question earlier in the day is rather interesting.
ಮತ್ತು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯ ಹಿರಿಯ ನಾಯಕರು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಅವರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಹಳ ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ರೀತಿಯಂತ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬರಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷ ಅಂತ ನಡ್ಡಾಜಿಯವರನ್ನು ಈಗ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾನು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನರ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರ್ಪಡೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂತೋಷದ ಸಂಗತಿ.
ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಅವರು ಈಗ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಗೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಅವಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬಂದರು. ನಾವು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋತರು ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ MLC ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಮಾನನೂ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಗೌರವಯುತವಾಗಿ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ.
ಅಚ್ಚರಿಯ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇತ್ತಾ?
ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟರ್ ಅವರು ಈ ತರ ಬಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾನಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ರಾಜಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಜೀವ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಮರುಜೀವ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಈ ವಿಚಾರನ ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ವಿಚಾರ ಅವರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಚೇರಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಾತ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾತುಕತೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು.
So from one leader who has jumped this ship to another who possibly could. It's a flutter of political activity in Bihar. Nitish Kumar has held an emergency meeting with his senior party leaders. All RJD MLAs have been summoned to Patna as top leaders have met at Lalu and Rabri Devi's residence. This as BJP leaders in the state are in a huddle, and former Chief Minister Sushil Kumar Modi will now be meeting Amit Shah. There also seems to be shadows over Rahul Gandhi's yatra. Mamata Banerjee not being there, not being part of it in Bengal for obvious reasons. Could this well be repeated in Bihar as well? I'm being joined by Dr. Narendra Rangappa right now, who's a spokesperson for BJP, Satya Prakash, who's a spokesperson for Congress, Vijay Grover, senior journalist, as well as Abdul Basit, who is the RJD leader. Thank you very much, all four of you, for joining us. We are very short on time, so let's just dive straight into it. First to you, Dr. Narendra Rangappa. BJP, when Jagdish Shettar had left BJP, they had said it is absolutely unpardonable. Today, it's a welcome triumph.
See, Mr. Jagdish Shettar has been a part of BJP for the last 40-45 years. It has been his home and a natural appetite. And Mr. Jagdish Shettar has realized that he is not suitable for that party, and his blood and DNA belong to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Thus, he has taken a decision rightfully to strengthen the hands of our Prime Minister Modi and see that he wins again in this next coming election, going by the slogan, "Is baar Modi Sarkar 400 par." So we are working towards that. We are going to build the party. We are going to take our leaders back home. We are going to convince them that there will be strengthening the hands of Modi for the sake of the better nation.
Okay. All right. I mean, fair enough. Before the last elections, it was unpardonable because a huge vote bank possibly would have left. He's a tall Lingayat leader, and now he's welcomed back very happily and very fast, quickly rather, because possibly parliamentary elections are coming next. But to you, Satya Prakash, are things fizzling out for Congress, not just in Karnataka really, but quite beyond as well? Is it getting tougher for Congress?
Hi Shreya, I would like to start off with Ghalib's ek शेर. बेखुदी बेसबब नहीं है गालिब, कुछ तो है जिसकी पर्दादारी हो रही है. ये कुछ तो है, क्या है? यही है ईडी मोर्चा, आईटी मोर्चा, सीबीआई मोर्चा जो मोदी जी का है. उनके अपने पे जगदीश शेट्टर जो 40-50 साल उनका साथ में थे, they have used these mechanisms, constitutional mechanisms, to tie up Jagdish Shettar in such a way that the resignation which he has put, he has not even mentioned the date. Yesterday he has spoken to our KPCC president and he has said, I am not going anywhere. We never called Jagdish Shettar to be part of Congress. He is an ex-chief minister. He was a minister. He was a speaker. He came to us saying that, BJP has ditched me. BJP has cheated me. Modi has cheated me. And he said, give me a ticket. We gave him a ticket. The whole Karnataka we swept, 136 seats. Mr. Shettar lost by 35,000 votes. When Shettar joined Congress, BJP itself said, he is an inconsequential leader. And nothing will happen to BJP. And now when Shettar is joining BJP...
Fair enough. Satya Prakash ji, I mean, you did get quite a bit of Lingayat votes as well. You have to admit to that. But having said that, let me just ask you this question. Jagdish Shettar's exit apart, is it trouble for Congress beyond what was anticipated?
Nothing will happen. See, when Congress swept Karnataka, Jagdish Shettar lost by 35,000 votes. All of Karnataka Congress swept with 136
let me just get in others as well.
Nothing will
You
happen.
sound very confident. Let me just get in Vijay Grover at this point. Vijay, Mr. Grover, let me just try and get the broader picture here. Both the party persons very confident, but as we speak, there's a massive political foray happening in Bihar. There's a big jolt that has happened in Bengal, and now you have this exit of Jagdish Shettar. Is it celebration for BJP or is it a massive downplay for Congress? What do you really look at?
Well, see, as far as the Congress is concerned, certainly the messaging is now going wrong in every aspect. We had Mamta, we had AAP, we had the kind of friction that is happening between the CM and the deputy CM. And now the exit of Jagdish Shettar is certainly a message which will go deep down that all is not well in the Congress. So while the Congress spokesperson may certainly say that it will make no difference, it is not going to change anything, we need to appreciate the fact that he's a senior Lingayat leader. Though he went to the Congress, that is where I think so that was the first mistake that Jagdish Shettar made, that he went into a party which was not in his DNA at all. He was like fish out of water, and he was never comfortable. Even the Congress leaders were not comfortable working with him. We saw that even during his campaign, none of the senior leaders went to his constituency to campaign. That was something where he felt very uncomfortable. For a person who was an ex-chief minister, I don't understand why Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar never chose him to be at least a minister in the cabinet. That was something which was slighting him very badly.
Okay.
And that is something where we feel that what is done now, basically it's a ghar wapsi or a homecoming.
Okay.
But will he be able to get the same stature and respect what B.S. Yediyurappa got when he came back from the KJP back into BJP? That is something that we need to watch. Because ultimately, if we see that his exit from the BJP...
stature apart, abhi to it's all a game for votes right now. BJP is only perhaps relieved in a sense that there is a vote bank that they can now draw upon. But let me just get in Abdul Basit also at this point. Abdul ji, bhai ya Sina Zori, ho kya raha hai? What is happening in Bihar, sir? Aap log ek saath hain? Aap log, what is happening there?
नहीं मैं आपको बता दूं, लास्ट ईयर जो पिछले जो इलेक्शन में इन्होंने नीतीश कुमार जी के साथ जो हथकंडा अपनाया था, इस बार ये फेल हो गए। लालू जी ने इंडिया गठबंधन की नींव रखी है। लालू गठबंधन और नीतीश कुमार जो हमारा जो गठबंधन है वो हमेशा इंडिया अलायंस के साथ है, इसमें कोई फैनबट नहीं है। अगर अब आज की डेट में मोदी जी कितने हथकंडे अपना लें, चाहे उनमें सीबीआई भेज के अपनाए, चाहे कोई क्रिमिनल केस लगा दे, किसी में कुछ कर दे, देखिए अब ये सारा और एक महीने बाद सारा का सारा इलेक्शन कमीशन के पास आ जाएगा। मोदी की जितनी भी राक्षस नीतियां हैं सब खत्म हो जाएंगी। आप समझो बात को, कितनी कोशिश कर ले मोदी की जो राक्षस नीतियां हैं,
अब्दुल जी
स्टेट जी
अब्दुल जी, नीतीश कुमार जी राहुल गांधी के यात्रा में जा रहे हैं।
देखिए ये कांग्रेस की अपनी निजी यात्रा है, मगर मैं आपको प्रश्न दूं,
सरकार में है सर,
हिंदुस्तान के लीडर, वो हिंदुस्तान के लीडर
निजी यात्रा नहीं है सर, कांग्रेस का है, इंडिया अलायंस का है सर।
हमारा इंडिया अलायंस का है, मगर हमारा उनकी निजी एक यात्रा है, उसका पूरी तरह हमारी सपोर्ट है। हम चारों तरफ से उसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली। हमारा जो कुर्मी समाज है, ओबीसी समाज है, सब कांग्रेस के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है इस टाइम। जो 85% भारत का वोट है वो
नीतीश कुमार जाएंगे कि नहीं जाएंगे? जब आपके स्टेट से जाएंगे नीतीश कुमार जी, उसका भाग होंगे कि नहीं?
हाँ बिल्कुल उसका भाग है। हम हमेशा से उसके भाग है, उसमें कोई फनबट नहीं है। इसमें नीतीश कुमार जी
वो जाएंगे, मिलेंगे राहुल गांधी से उनके यात्रा पे
100%। मैडम आने दीजिए अभी यात्रा पर। अभी तो जरा सा आपका एक स्टेट, असम स्टेट का आदमी मतलब कितनी बातें बना रहा है, जो कभी कांग्रेस का लीडर हुआ करता था। अभी उसको जरा ट्रांसपेरेंसी, अभी उसकी समझ में आ जाएगा कि इस बार क्या होने वाला है। असम में 100% इंडिया अलायंस पार्टनरशिप में बीजेपी का सुपना साफ है। नीतीश जी हमारे राष्ट्रीय संयोजक हैं और आने वाले टाइम में प्रधानमंत्री के दावेदार भी हैं।
Narendra Rangappa, what are you looking at right now? As a BJP spokesperson, when you're looking in, and even as the India Alliance was gaining steam, there are some elements that gain steam, some fall apart. What is really the BJP looking at? Are they very relieved that Shettar is back and Mamta is no longer with TMC? Or Mamta is no longer with the India Alliance?
The India Alliance ship has sank before it has sailed. There is no question of gaining steam or gaining speed at all, because their partners are abandoning them one by one. Mamata has said we are not with them. AAP in Delhi has said they are not with them. AAP in Punjab has kept themselves away. Sapa has kept themselves away. Nitish is still dilly-dallying with the idea of whether going or not to go. So this is the indication that the ship has sank before even if it can sail. So where is the question of the
Abdul Basit, क्या बोलेंगे आप? अब्दुल बसीर जी, आपके पास 30 सेकेंड्स है या 1 मिनट दे रही हूँ, आप क्या जवाब देंगे इनको? शिप डूब गई है बोल रहे हैं ऑलरेडी, अभी निकली नहीं थी, बट बीजेपी शुरू से कह रही है कि शिप डूब गई है, क्या कहेंगे आप?
सुन लीजिए, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के बाद पूरी भाजपा का शिप डूब चुका है। इन्होंने भगवान के साथ जो धोखेबाजी करी है, भगवान देख रहा है, पूरी तरीके से इनका शिप डूब चुका है पूरे हिंदुस्तान में। इन्होंने मूर्ति का जो दुरुपयोग करा है, साउथ के बेनिस्बत इन्होंने जिस तरीके से प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की, इनका पूरा शिप डूब चुका है। 2022
Satya Prakash, Mr. Satya Prakash, 30, okay, hold on. Mr. Satya Prakash, 30 seconds for you. This is a India election that is going to happen in India, in the sense, of course, the parliamentary elections and not the India Alliance elections. But starting from north to south, there are jolts that are happening. No, I really have to request the RJD spokesperson and the BJP spokesperson to please calm off. I'm speaking right now to the Congress spokesperson, Satya Prakash. Is it troubled waters for Congress? Because today we were going to be talking about BJP's desperateness, and now suddenly the narratives have changed and it seems to be a split house. Congress and the India Alliance seems to be split house. Narratives change so fast. And is that the victory of BJP? 30 seconds, sir. No, I request you, RJD, the leader, please. I request you. No. No, we don't have time. Abdul Basit, if you speak like this, others will not be able to speak. Please, Satya Prakash, please go ahead.
स्नेहा जी, मुंगेरी मोदी जी और बीजेपी का जो मुंगेरी लाल की सपना है ना, राम के नाम पे वोट आ जाएगा। अगर राम के नाम पे वोट आ जाएगा तो नीतीश को क्यों बुला रहे हैं, जगदीश शेट्टर को क्यों बुला रहे हैं? मोदी is confused. He is afraid that people will reject his demand on getting votes in the name of Ram Lala. That is why he is bringing all people in. Nothing will happen in Bihar as of now. Nitish is strongly with us. Let us wait and see. Congress has plan A, B and C. If any problems are there.
Vijay Grover, I am totally out of time. 30 seconds. Where do you see the strength really lies? Is this BJP's strength? Thank you, Satya Prakash. Let me just take the last remarks from Vijay Grover. Is it the BJP's strength that narratives change so fast, or is it the Congress's failure that they are not able to change narratives in their perspectives? Where is this story of perspectives?
Sneha, the last 3 days are like super over in a T20 match. The way the game has changed now from India Alliance and the way we're seeing things falling apart, that is something which is very, crucial now. And it'll be, the pressure will be now on Nitish Kumar and Mallikarjun Kharge to be able to keep the rest of the alliance together. Mamta was unpredictable. AAP was unpredictable. Akhilesh still, I feel, is a very unpredictable man, whether he'll remain or not remain.
We are totally out of time. We are totally out of time. Thank you very much. I take your point, but with a pinch. We just hope Nitish Kumar really stays on. And there's no change in that with the India Alliance. At least he's an important pillar for them. Thank you very much, all four of you, for joining us. It's time for a short break. Do stay on with us.